Three, two, one. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Rolling on Three, the first podcast for all three wheel owners. Whether you're riding on a slingshot, spider, Can Am, Ryker, or anything on three wheels, this is the show for you. Today, I got a special guest to the show. I have Morgan on the show. Morgan is from Florida. You might know her from her YouTube show or channel, the Ryker Chick. Ryker Chick, sorry, not the. And now a Can Am ambassador.
Yes.
Welcome to
Thank,
the show.
thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you. Glad to have you. I start off the show with the same question. What are you rolling on?
I have a Can-Am Ryker Rally. It's a 2020.
Rally. All right. 2020. Nice pickup. When'd you get it?
It was June of last year. Kind of came out of nowhere. A good friend of ours, one of our best friends, we're best friends with him and his wife. We actually all went to high school together, live in the same neighborhood. It's kind of the dream, grow up with your childhood best friends and move into the same neighborhood. On a on a whim, he just came out of nowhere back in May and said, I'm going to take the MSF course. I'm going to start riding a motorcycle. I'm like, well, you've lost your mind. Like, okay, quarantine's gotten to you. Like, and I was like, it's not going to last long. And then all of a sudden, like, he gets his bike. And then through a series of circumstances, we ended up at the dealership with him. He had an Indian,
Okay.
and the dealership we went to sold Can-Ams. And I think I've just mentioned before, my mom has a Can-Am Spider, a 2009. So I've grown up watching her with her Spider. And we walked into the dealership, and my buddy's with me, and he goes, hey, that's the Ryker. That's the newest
Mm,
Can-Am model that
mm.
they've just come out with. And I saw it and I was like, okay. I went home that night and I told my husband, I said, hey, we're going to take the MSF course. We're going to learn how to ride and you're going to get a motorcycle too. And he's like, okay, sure. Okay. Okay. And then from there, it just kind of went, it just became this whole thing. So,
I guess he wasn't given a choice, so he got into it too. That's
sure
great.
did.
Well, that's great that you was able to, pick it up and you have friends and everybody is like keeping it real close and family. That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Did you did you ever ride before?
No, I never rode myself, but my dad rode. He rode when he was younger and then gave it up when my brother and I were born. And then about probably 2009, 2010, he wanted to start riding again. We were out of the house, out of college. He
Mm,
was, it's safe to start riding again.
right.
And so he picked it back up, and my mom decided to start riding with him. And that's when she got her Spider. And my dad's been through a bunch of different motorcycles, and but she's had that same Can-Am Spider all the way through. And I remember watching her, and it was such a positive role model, seeing a woman riding her own, like, no, this is mine. I'm not going to get on the back of yours. I want to ride my own. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, I could see myself doing that someday. And um, yeah, so I'd ridden on the back of my dad's before, and I just remember, you understand the feeling of when you're that wind therapy and the
Yeah.
calming and the peace that you get when you're out
Yes.
riding. And it's such a cool experience. I just didn't think I'd ever ride two wheels. And, so now I get this opportunity to ride my own.
I mean, that's great. And when I talk to other people, especially like when they're like a riding family,
Mm-hmm.
they'll start off with one Can-Am come in, and then either the wife or the husband is on the back, and then after a while, I hear, no, I have to get my own. This is
Mm-hmm.
great, and it winds up becoming a two or three family bike club within
Right.
the same house. But that's cool, yeah. That
Yeah.
you watching your mother ride. That was like you pretty much grew up in the bike life then.
I did. And my mom's always been like a super strong, empowered female. Like she was a boss babe before it was the cool thing to do. Owns her own business and the whole nine yards. So like she would never be somebody who would like, oh no, I'm gonna do my own. Like I got my own. Don't you worry about me. So it was funny though when we went and sat down and said, hey, we're gonna take up riding. They were like, oh, really? So they're like, I don't know if I want you to do it. And I was like, well, you guys do. So no, so it's been cool. So we've been riding with them. They've been mentors to us and kind of taking us under their wing and showing us the roads that they like to ride and the trips they like to take. And yeah, it's cool.
That's nice. That's nice. Well, what part of Florida are you in?
I am in Central Florida, like so smack dab in the middle of, so I'm about an hour east of Tampa, an hour west of Orlando. So like smack dab in the middle of cow pastures and orange groves. So
So the so the riding is not, I guess it's more rural riding, not too much city riding then, right?
not too much. You really do have your options. So I'm from a little town here in Central Florida. We're in Polk County, so we're right, again, right in the middle of everything. And you're close enough that if you want to take a day trip to Tampa, you're about an hour away.
Okay.
St. Pete has some beautiful murals you can go see, but then like kind of south of here is a bunch of back roads, mostly paved roads, but that's a lot of where we go do our riding. So just a lot of you know, twisty back,
No,
not twisty, but you get what I'm saying. It's
yeah, I
back
get what you're
roads.
saying. I haven't been able to get out and do some long riding. Unfortunately, in New York City, I've been sitting in traffic since I got my bike. So I really haven't had a chance to take these long rides and experience these roads. But I'm hoping that, in between all this going on now, I'll be able to open up and take some good rides upstate. But
Sure. Absolutely.
I get a lot of people from Florida and Texas, and they always say, yeah, this opens right up. As soon as I get a break, I'm going. I go,
Hmm.
hour and a half, no traffic, straight roads. And I'm like, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
But I guess, well, it's Florida, so I'm assuming that you don't have too much downtime when it comes to weather.
No, riding season's now. And
Hmm.
it was funny when we were talking with about the brand ambassador thing that, they said, oh yeah, we're gonna wait till March when riding season starts. And it kind of took me by surprise. I was like, oh no, riding season's now here in Florida. Like we're about to get into the season where it's just too hot to be out. No, but we no, I like I said, I got my bike back in June, July, and we were riding almost every night, and just really enjoying it.
So we mentioned the brand ambassador, so I
Hmm.
guess I'll start with that one. So how did that come about? Tell me, what was the whole detail? How did that drop onto you?
It kind of came out of nowhere, just one random night back in, I think it was November, December. I got a message from one of the contacts at Can-Am on my Instagram, and he said, just introduced himself and said that they've been following my YouTube and my Instagram and they liked my stuff and just wanted to reach out and chat with me about becoming a brand ambassador. And there was a couple follow-up phone calls and meetings from there. And they just, it just seems like such a great opportunity. And it just seems very natural. They're very supportive, but they're not expecting any kind of, they don't want you to sell your soul or anything to, you know what I mean? And that's what I want people to know. It's like, I'm not being, coerced into anything. I'm not going to lie and try to push anything. Like I loved the bike from the moment I saw it in that dealership. And, it just like, I genuinely am excited about it. And I think it's just kind of a natural pairing with the brand ambassador program. So it's nice. It's cool.
No, I understand exactly what you're saying
Mm-hmm.
because, I mean, I guess people know already that I also was asked to be in a brand, and the same thing I got the Instagram message, and I was like, oh man, is this a cease and desist from Can-Am? Because I've been using their name so much and everything. I was like, because it was just, hey, call us. We sent you an email. I'm like, oh man, what did I do now?
Oh, right.
And then I said, all right, well, if I got to stop using their name, whatever. But, I was like, I'm for the love of the bike. So I was the
Right.
same way. All of this came from, I bought it, rode it, loved it. And then I had got COVID and I was sitting there just watching YouTube videos,
Mm-hmm.
your YouTube videos and other people videos about riding. I said, I'm going to go out there and make a video, even though I can't ride. And I made a video and it got really, really a lot of popular, I
Mm-hmm.
guess a lot of people watched it and it just rolled into one thing and the other. And then I said, hey, maybe I could talk to other riders since I can't ride around. And the whole podcast thing came about. And then Can-Am sent me that same thing. I get the email, we
Mm-hmm.
talk, we chatted up. They was like, yeah, I was like, little old me, I think,
That's what I said too. I was like, I don't have hardly any following. I mean, it's growing organically, which I wanted it to, but I
right.
just like, I'm small potatoes in the social media world, but it's nice.
Yeah.
It's a really it just seems like a really good partnership. So
It sure does. It seems like you said, it's very natural, very
mhm.
not coerced. They tell you continue do what you're doing, and we just want to see, this. And I like it. It really makes it family. And
Mhm.
I had one of the execs on the show, and it was just a real laid back family type thing. They want to go, and I like the idea. I like how they work. And
Right, exactly.
so, why? I already told you why I started YouTube. Why did you do it? What was the inspiration to your YouTube?
I think for me, when I was looking into getting this bike, of course, I went and saw it in the dealership, and then I immediately went home and binged every video on YouTube, every post on Instagram, just trying to gather information. I mean, YouTube is a search engine,
Yeah.
and it's such a great wealth of information. And the Riker is so new; there wasn't a lot of content about it. I found every video out there about it. I promise you, and watched it. I remember watching yours. You have a video about wrapping your bike. I
Yeah.
watched that one. Of course, I found Beth at Riker Rides, and I consumed so much. And then I remember thinking like, oh, I want to do this too. And I like the art of creating these videos and creating these stories. And my channel is a little bit of a mixed bag of things. I've got some modifications, I've got some informational things, but I have a lot of moto vlogs too. And I think part of that was there's a channel called Her Two Wheels, and
Mhm.
she's a very big moto vlogger, and she's like very much empowering as far as like women get out there and ride. And so I think it was a combination of all of those things.
Yeah, I understand. When I purchased mine, I did the same thing. When I saw it, I ran out, purchased it. Well, I had a little bit of waiting list because they were really backed up out here in New York to
Mhm.
buy them. But same thing. I watched, went home, watched all the videos. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have this mastered, and I was coming off of two wheels, so to me, it was like, how hard can it be? So when I bought the bike, I went through the thing and then I picked it up and the guy was like, "You ready? Here's the key." Started up. I was like, "Yeah, yeah." He said, "I know you watched all the videos, right?" I said, "Yeah, I'm good. I can ride it out." And he goes, "Okay, remember, one down, four up." And I was like, "Wait, there's no gears on this thing." He was laughing. I was like, "You confused me." But let me tell you, that ride home, I thought after being on two wheels, this is nothing. It was a whole different learning curve. So
Mhm.
all that persona, like, that's no big deal. I jump on it. It was like, whoa, wait. I don't
Yeah.
even think I got out of the dealership without a little bit of okay, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I get it, the learning experience, but to me, the ride has just been so comfortable.
Mhm.
Right, so comfortable. Now
Absolutely.
I saw on your channel the mods. So
Mhm.
let's talk mods because everyone loves mods. Everybody
Mhm.
likes to know what you bought, what you felt about them. So and
Mhm.
how much money you've been spending.
Ooh, I don't think
So
I've added it up. I don't know if I want to add
I
it up.
did. I did. People were like, "Whoa!" But go ahead. Let's talk those mods.
All right, so right out the gate, when I made the deal at the dealership, I actually got them to throw in a windshield
Oh, okay.
with the thing. So it came with the sport windshield, the adjustable sport windshield. So I knew I
Uh-huh.
wanted that. I got the Shad saddlebag initially. I've now upgraded to the three-piece luggage set, and I love that one.
Right.
I've done some LED headlights. I did a Corbin seat and a
Okay.
backrest, and that's been a very nice, comfortable addition to the ride. Um, my quad lock for my phone, love that, and it's like one of the charging ones, so I can actually plug it in and charge my phone
Okay.
while we're on the go. Water bottle holder, those are the big ones, I think. Oh, the locking. The I got the locking thing for the parking brake.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, which one is the best one?
My luggage.
Really?
Hands down my luggage. I love my
Really?
luggage. Yes. Yes.
Wow. Wow. Usually it's like mine's is the windshield, and I hear that a lot, but the windshield,
Hmm.
but the luggage, I guess you're packing up a lot when you're riding around.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. Because
Because
I
there
like
is
to
no
bring all my
room.
stuff with me.
Oh, all
No,
right.
there's no space. No. And we're gonna be touring a little more. We're gonna be taking some longer trips. So I knew luggage was gonna be a big a big thing, but I didn't want something that was going to be so bulky that it really altered the look. I like the luggage on there, and I think it gives it a really kind of sleek look. It still has a sporty look to it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, 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 I get it. Now the Corbin seat. I didn't upgrade my seat yet.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to send it out to someone to get it reupholstered and do some custom work on it, but that didn't
Mm-hmm.
work out the way I wanted. But now that's the newest. The Corbin seat is the newest thing they got out for it. It's how is that? See, because I don't really like the way it looks,
Yeah.
but I could imagine the comfort must be amazing.
The comfort is great. It really does make a big difference for the ride. And I think I said in the video when I was talking about it, I did not expect that color. I still don't know what happened with that color. I don't think it looks bad necessarily, but I thought it
Right.
was going to be like a dark gray, but it really looks silver. But with the rally, you've got all those silver accents anyway.
Right.
So it kind of works with it, but it's like, you know what? It's comfortable. So like we're just, and it's on there now. It was a pain to actually get on the bike. So like it's staying now. So yeah.
Yeah, seats is probably one of the roughest mods I've encountered
Yeah.
that people have done. It the seat is like you really got to do a lot of work to put the seats on. That's why I was kind
It
of like
is.
reluctant about sending mine out because I know what work entails to get the seat off. And then
Mm-hmm.
my whole thing was I don't know if the seat was going to come back in time.
Right.
So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna hold off this year and try to do a different mod. But I want to say I modded out, but
It's never enough.
yeah, I don't know why though. It's so bad. Like, and you're talking from a guy who had like I had bikes and I've modded bikes, but I don't think I've went this deep into it. Like, I mean I can't really think of when I look back at all the bikes I had before and then to this now, I must have put everything that I've done in one bike, then I spread over the two or three I had all over my lifetime. Like I never seen myself just buying everything. Like
Yeah.
it's like I like, do I even need? It's like, the minute I say that's it, then I click on and somebody else has something else.
Yeah. There's always new stuff coming out, and it's you know it's only going to get worse. There's just going to be
Yes,
more stuff.
I'm probably on. Well, I don't want to blow it because I have something else in. But I think before the year's out, I'm going to be on my third muffler.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because everybody keeps saying, "Oh, I'm gonna send you a muffler," and people send me, "Oh, try mine, try mine." So I'm like, I got like mufflers stacked up in here, so I'm like, okay, I have to take these off. It doesn't just pop on and off. I got to get
Right.
dirt,
Yeah.
but I'm probably gonna do like a comparison of the most mufflers on a Ryker, but
There
it's
you go.
try that one.
Yeah.
So of course, I was watching your channel, your Instagram. Is when you were out with the Riker, is it
Mhm.
more of a just a fun thing or is it a commute thing? Like, did you buy it just to be like, I gotta take this back and forth to work, or is it just my recreational vehicle?
Oh, recreation. Yep. Recreation. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
100%. And spending time with my husband, my
Right.
friends, my family, it has been just such a blessing in the year that we've had. I work in healthcare.
Oh,
I'm a nurse, and
ooh,
it has been a hard year, for sure. And it has been such a freeing thing to be able to come home, leave the chaos at the hospital, and go to get some wind therapy because we can't do anything else. We can't go anywhere else. We can't travel anywhere. We can't, and
mm.
it's been really great.
Well, yeah. Well, congrats to you being a nurse in this time. A first
Thanks.
responder is you have it rough. Shout outs to the nurses and all the people who've responded heavy in this crisis that we're going through because people did sacrifice a lot, even the people who lost and the people who worked to keep people around. So shout out to you and
Thanks.
and your staff and your support staff for doing what you did during this time.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, no one looks at it like that. They figure, okay, but it takes a lot, and
Yeah.
you're coming from somebody who understands first response. And yeah, it's a busy time. It's a busy time. So it's good for
Yeah.
you. Good
Yeah.
for you. All right. So that's nice, man. So, um, in your area, Polk County, Florida,
Mm-hmm.
is there a popular bike spot. So, this is, I like to throw this out for people who are traveling, take their Rikers all over different states. I like you to hear about, if I came to this state or I'm in this town or whatever it is, where can I pull up where everybody got their bikes out, fueling up? What's the local spot, bar, whatever it is.
Mhm. I would say the best way to find out about what's going on, I don't think there's any one particular spot. There's a bunch of little like dive bars all over the place. There's a place called the Cherry Pocket in Lake Wales. There's Herb's Limestone Country Club, which is in the actual middle of nowhere, about an hour south of me. It's just like this middle of the road, biker bar.
Hmm.
And but I think the best way to find out about what's going on is to look at the Facebook groups. And there's always, almost every weekend, you can find a ride, whether it's like a charity ride or just like a poker run, or even the dealership that I got my bike from has rides almost every weekend to different
Okay.
locations all over the place.
Okay.
I went on a 3-wheel ride out. We probably had between 50 and 75
Mm.
spiders, Rikers, Goldwings, slingshots, just riding out. I mean, for probably 3 hours, just all over the backcountry roads. So I think that's really the big thing. People get together at different places and then just enjoy riding.
Okay, okay. I mean, it must be busy down there now because it's
Mm-hmm.
bike week, right? In Daytona now.
Yes, yes. So we,
Hmm.
gosh, we're probably an hour and a half or so from Bike Week. So, I mean, this past weekend was absolutely gorgeous, like 70 degrees, sunny, not a cloud in the sky, and there were bikes absolutely everywhere, absolutely everywhere.
That's awesome.
It was
That is
beautiful.
awesome. I
Yeah,
gotta somehow get there.
yeah,
Everybody's
man.
invited me down to Florida. I gotta take my show on the road.
Yeah,
But
man.
I get a lot of love from Florida and Texas, so it's like those are my two main places I have to go to. But
Absolutely.
I gotta take some long rides, but
Hmm.
I still have the regular seat, and I tell you, it's not that comfortable.
Nope.
Did you take the BRP riding course?
So I actually took both. I took
Okay.
the regular 2-wheel MSF course, and then about
Hmm.
a month later, I took the 3-wheel course. And I only did that because I had signed up initially for the Can-Am 3-wheel course,
Hmm.
and then my husband decided he was going to start riding too.
Okay.
So he got into a 2-wheel course, and I was like, "Yeah, you're not getting your license before me. We're getting it at the same time." So I learned on 2 wheels,
Okay.
and but I wanted to have that skill set just in
Yeah.
case I ever wanted to ride 2 wheels, because down here, I think this is the case for many places. If you have 3 wheels, you can only ride three. 2 wheels get you on whatever motorcycle you want.
Yeah, that's how it is here.
um yeah, so that's what I have on my license, is my 2-wheel endorsement. And but he actually took the 3-wheel course with me a month later, so it was cool to see the differences between the two, and to see people learning on both machines and just appreciating the differences.
Mm, that's
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah,
Hmm.
I didn't do the three-wheel course yet because I
it's
have my
it's
two
neat.
wheel. I've had my two-wheel for so long. I just, like I said, I was just overconfident. I said it's like I said, it was just a three-wheel. It's better than two, but maybe I should have. But I hear people who've taken it and says it's really, really helped them a lot. So what you're saying is like it makes sense. It makes sense that you
Hmm.
should try, especially if you're going to be a new rider to the three-wheel community. I probably would have been better off just taking the course just to see because I never sat on a machine like
Hmm. Hmm.
But I think it was more of I didn't really have the fear of riding. And I
Hmm.
think a lot of people probably have more of a fear, not that they can't handle riding,
Hmm.
but just the fear of being on a bike the first time. I think
Absolutely.
once you're out of that stage, I
Hmm.
think the technical part comes in like naturally, right?
And I think there is a difference. And it's funny that you mentioned having a little bit of a learning curve going from 2 wheels to 3 wheels, because there was a lady in our class, in the 3-wheel class, who had she bragged the whole time, "Oh, I've ridden 2 wheels for X number of years, blah blah blah." She wrecked that Riker. She jumped like a 10-inch curve, hit the fence. Like she just, I think it was just something with getting the mechanics down of the
Oh
bike.
yeah,
you
no,
know it's
no.
it's it's definitely a difference. And
That that is absolutely true.
Mm-hmm.
because my main problem was when the first time I took it home was steering,
Mm-hmm.
because you're used to leaning
Right.
and looking for the brake, which
Mm-hmm.
was in that was different. So I could
Right.
see if it's your first time and you're really, really comfortable on a two wheel,
Mm-hmm.
your natural instinct in turning is to lean and you're looking for handbrake.
Right.
So I get it. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man, man. So Can-Am had to come out the pocket for that one,
Whoo.
huh?
Yeah, it was an interesting day on the course, man. It was in the
Oh,
middle of the test too.
uh,
Like it was just like I was
oh
like, oh my
man.
God.
Oh, class over.
Oh man, yeah. She
Eh,
was okay, thank goodness. But
that's great.
it was like,
Okay.
okay, but
Uh,
that's it's something to consider, you know.
yeah. I wonder if she got back on the Can-Am, but
I think she
well,
stuck to her two wheels.
yeah. Oh man, that's great. Well, now that your whole story, your family, your mom. So
Mhm,
I've been throwing out this question, doing a little segment on the show because I want to put some things together.
mhm.
But if you had to describe your Can-Am experience, either in one word or one sentence, how would you describe it?
I would say liberating.
Hmm.
Yep, liberating from the sense of getting out of your own head
Mhm.
and getting out there and building confidence, but also liberating in the sense kind of what we talked about with the pandemic and everything. It's an option just to get out and experience the freedom of the open road and be able to kind of get out of some of the stress. And I don't know where my mental health would be, honestly, if I hadn't taken this up in the last year, truly.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, it's been like I said, a major blessing. And not to mention, like I've already mentioned, the connection with my own parents, with
Right.
my friends, with my husband. I mean, we go on motorcycle dates, me and my husband. It's like go on little sunset motorcycle dates, and it's really nice.
No,
Yeah.
no, that I get it. It's amazing that all the people that I've interviewed always gives me a different answer.
Oh, that's cool.
It's amazing. Like even BRP gave me a different answer, but
Really.
yeah, but it's amazing how everybody gets something from it, and that
Right.
was really like when I rode the bike and I fell in love with it. That was really like the driving force into like "Now maybe I can make this into a really big community just to hear
Yeah.
about other people." And then I had to start because I was never on social media. I mean, this was just new to me. So
Hmm.
that was my whole thing. And to hear how people ride, how much they enjoy it, it's like hard to explain to everybody you meet how much
Right.
fun it is, right?
Right.
So I said, you know what, this would be a good platform so everybody could describe it and get something from it. And then a lot of people who've watched the show or who've came on my shows have actually met people in their own neighborhoods that they didn't even know had Rikers.
Oh,
Like,
that's
hey, that
cool.
guy lives around the block from me. I was like, oh man, he's from Western Kentucky. Like, so it was like it starts to come off really good. And I'm glad there's a lot of the community is really nice, and the Riker community
Yes,
is very, very nice. And you go on the forums and you go on the YouTube, like it's very, very like family oriented. So
it
I kind of
is.
like,
It is. It's a very different community than what I expected, and that's kind of the goal with Can-Am is they're trying to kind of break that maybe traditional kind of old school, biker gang leathered up. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's
right.
like there is a different alternative. And, empowering women. Just yesterday was International Women's Day. And,
Yes,
it's
yes.
it's been a very empowering thing to be able to like, oh no, this is my bike. I'm riding it. Yeah, it's great.
I was gonna tell you that. Congratulations on that, the women empowerment,
Oh,
women of the on road.
thanks.
Congratulations on that. That's nice. I saw your little thing pop up in Can-Am there, and you take some really, really good pictures. I
Thanks.
guess like you got a little photography background or something. I don't know. You're pretty good at it.
I've dabbled in it here and there, just photos and video stuff over the years, and edited together different vlogs for places we've traveled over the years, and just kind of kept that on like my private YouTube channel, and just to look back on as like a video diary. And I'm like, okay, maybe I can make stuff that's actually helpful to other people, but it's also a good like memory for me to be able to look back on. So
No, no, I enjoy it. You're one of the channels I pop up on, so I enjoy it, and it's great to have you on, and I'm quite sure all the people you follow. But everybody, this is Ryker Chick. This is Morgan. She has a YouTube channel on Ryker Chick, so you
mhm.
need to hit the not only the like button on the videos, but you need to hit the follow button because the only way YouTube is going to understand her and push her content is when you guys follow and hit the follow button. Just like
Yes,
my channel,
please.
please hit the.
Yes,
If you like the videos, I appreciate it. The likes are wonderful, but please hit the follow button.
absolutely.
That helps out all the our YouTubers and our community, so we can get more content out to you guys.
Hmm.
So Morgan, tell me what you got going on. What's future for YouTube? What you got planned? What you got planned for your Instagram? Tell everybody how they could reach you if they want to chat or send you a message or whatever you want them to
Sure.
do. Go ahead.
Sure. So I'm Ryker Chick on YouTube, and Instagram is Ryker_Chick. And I just created a Facebook page, just Ryker Chick. If you look it up, it's on there too. So just kind of cross referencing all the different social media. And as far as the future of YouTube, I think I'm going to be we've got some trips planned, maybe another mountain trip this fall. We did one last fall. I think we're going to kind of go again, maybe do more touring where we're actually carrying all our belongings with us and actually riding for like a week or so.
Mm,
We talked about going down to the Keys and just all the cool places in Florida for sure. And then we'll see where else that takes us.
very nice. Very
Yeah.
nice. I like it. Okay. Everybody, this is Rolling on Three. I'm Keith Hammer. If you want to reach me, you can find me on Instagram at Shadow Black Riker. That's the name everybody gave me, so I got to keep it. I'm not changing it to Rolling on Three. But or I'm Rolling on Three on Twitter. My email is Rolling on Three Wheels. That's the number three. And my YouTube channel is Rolling on Three Wheels, all written out. Uh, I have support and donation links in the channel. Please help me support the podcast. Help me to get it stronger and growing more so I can have more people on, more content, more live shows. Like I said, hit the like, subscribe, and follow button on my channel on Ryker Chick. Hit the like, subscribe, and follow on her channel. She got a very nice channel. I like it. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you, everybody who watched. I appreciate it. Have a good day.
Thank
Morgan,
you.
thank you very
Thanks for
much.
having me.